important, you know, to some degree, especially if, you know, you maybe not attending all the World Cups. So, you know, sometimes you're a bit disheartened from not making the A final, but then again, you know, you realise you may need to gain some points for the World Championships.
Away they go then. You can take any position you want in this line, as long as you can get into the line. Once again, we saw Park of Korea. Must have been disqualified, Park, because she's not allowed to compete in these. We think for pushing Rosemond down onto the apron. It's Rosemond in first spot. Here she is, wearing number 15, Emily Rosemond of Australia, with, it looks like, is it Ronner in second place? Agnes Ronner. There are two Dutch riders. It's Ronner, the more slight of the two girls, the bigger girl behind, the more powerful girl, Willy Kanis, ex-BMX rider, or still riding BMX. Then Sandie Clair of France. And finally, at the back, from Hong Kong, it's Lee. Well, Ronner, relatively new to international scene of Keirin. We've seen Willy Kanis a lot, and as you were saying, Jamie, going to be a bit disappointed, I think, in being in this run-off for 7 to 12 and not up with the big guns. Yeah, because she is a big gun.
Yes, she is, and she's got a lot of horsepower. But again, sometimes, you know, unfortunately, you don't actually compete that much on the circuit, and it's not like where I race BMX. You know, if you've made a few mistakes, you soon learn by them, and you get the chance to have another go the next weekend. But because there's only 4 World Cups in the year, there is some Grand Prix scattered throughout the season, but it's not always you get that much time to actually practice your tactics. So you can watch videos all day long if you want, but you really need to get in the race and actually learn from getting that experience. So you have to do it.
There's no sort of professional Keirin scene for the women either, is there, as well as like the men? Did you ever go and race Keirin in Japan?
No, I got offered the year, actually in 2004, after I'd won the World Championships, but yeah, unfortunately you have to spend so much time over there. It's about 10, well, at that time it was about 10 weeks, and I was newly married, and actually, no, I think it was, I correct myself, it was the year my wife was pregnant, so I thought I'd better, you know, wise move and stay with the family.
Sandie Clair comes around over the top as the Donne pulls off. 2.5 laps to go then. They say 3, but it is in fact 2.5 laps. Going to the front, Willy Kanis wanting to control this one. She's powerful. She can see Ronner coming up from a little bit further back. The two Dutch girls side by side then with Sandie Clair of France. They're sort of boxing Claire in on the inside of the track now. Now coming over the top, Emily Rosemond. She's got a long way to go. That's a hard way of doing it with Lee of Hong Kong on her wheel. It's Ronner at the front. Ronner wanting to take this one, but Sandie Clair's going to come at her, and so is Rosemond. This is quite a close one for second and third, certainly. Ronner gets it. Rosemond second. I think Lee actually came in for third spot. Kanis, Rosemond, Claire and Lee, photo finish. We've got to get that, but I think Lee was possibly just on top there. We'll see the photo finish in a minute, shall we? Here we go. Well, clearly they've been talking to each other, the Dutch girls there.
Yeah, that definitely did look like a tactical move there, but yeah, you know, as long as you don't get caught out and found out.
Oh, it looks like, looking back on that, looks like Sandie Clair might well have taken that from Lee. Would have been a good result for Lee of Hong Kong if that's the case. And not quite bashing arms there, but quite close. Ronner takes it.
It was a good effort by Emily then.
Yeah.
Not quite enough at the end.
Claire didn't, in fact, take it. Willy Kanis, Emily Rosemond, Sandie Clair, Lee of Hong Kong, and Agnes Ronner. I think that's the wrong way around, isn't it? I didn't think that was Willy Kanis at the front. Well, shows it, my mistake. The women's Keirin final here. This is the runoff for the top 6 riders. Anna Meares of Australia, Guo Shuang of China, Clara Sanchez of France, Jessica Varnish of Great Britain, Christin Muche of Germany, and Kaarle McCulloch, riding the colours of Jayco trade team, but she is in fact from Australia. There is Anna Meares. Anna Meares already done so well in the women's individual sprint.
Should be a good, exciting race, this one. Looking forward to this.
This looks like there's got some very evenly matched and very powerful riders. There is the world champion They've really come on, the Chinese. Guo spent a lot of time building for the Beijing Olympic Games, training at Aigle in Switzerland with the UCI facility there, as a lot of people have. Jess Varnish tries to get to the front straight away. Is Anna Meares, or have they gone down? They've gone beyond the Durney. Are they going to run that? That's odd. I'd have thought they'd have stopped that.
Yeah, maybe they held it back just from where we can see it. Looked like they passed it, but maybe not. But anyway, as long as they form a nice line.
It was close.
Look like they're behaving and doing abiding to the rules.
Yeah, I think the two. I think Anna Meares and Jess Varnish went for that front spot, and in the process sort of overshot the Durney almost. So realising that is the case, they've dropped back. Do they have to drop back to the back? It looks like
they don't have to. You can actually ride beside whoever's in front. You could ride wherever you want, but just in terms of saving your legs, you really want to get in that slipstream and protect your legs, so to speak. So you know, quite often you see a lot of youngsters, especially the ones that were coached back here at home, and you'll see them sitting outside and you're just like, keep getting in the pack, get in the pack, because you're just going to wear yourself out basically. So get in the pack, get nice and tucked, obviously keep good observation, keep looking where your opponents are every now and then. Generally speaking, you don't get too much movement whilst the bike's building up to pace, up to speed before it pulls off at 2.5 laps, but sometimes you do, especially with that lap leading into where the bike pulls off. You will get some movement, but at this point, you know, you're just sitting in line, you know, wondering what you're going to do next week, and you know, various things go through your mind. It's I've always found it odd and peculiar, really, because you're racing essentially, but you do have so much time to think, which isn't always nice as a as a rider. You'd rather just get on with it, you know. Yeah. But yeah, you do get so much time here. It is a lot of laps, 5.5 laps to actually build up to speed. You know, I think it's actually quite a long time, and I personally think that they could reduce that by probably at least 2 laps. But there you go.
I don't think Anna Meares will be able to get away with what she did last time. She slipped to the back, and then she wasn't really observed by perhaps some of the lesser or the less experienced riders in her heat, and she managed to catapult herself past. Jess Varnish is now going towards the front. She knows the Durney's coming off very shortly. She wants to be up there next to Clara Sanchez. The Durney goes off. Varnish is straight to the front. Look, Anna Meares is still lurking at the back. Guo of China looking over her shoulder. That means that Guo will have everybody after her. Meares can just concentrate on what she wants to do, and now she's going to try and go around over the top. She's got Kaarle McCulloch on the inside. Guo is a little bit boxed in behind Christin Muche at the moment. Meares goes straight over the top. She's the woman in form. There's a lap to go, but don't ride off the world champion. She's going to try and come up if she can, but Meares, look, she's got 2 bike lengths over Christin Muche, I think, of Germany at the moment. Terrific riding by Anna Meares, and she did in fact get away with it after all. There she's hanging on though. Meares gets it ahead of Guo of China. And Christian, well, they've got a photo finish between Guo and Christin Muche for second place. Clara Sanchez with third. That was a brilliant piece of riding by Anna Meares. Absolutely wonderful racing. Yeah,
I think she just knew going into that race that she had the legs. I think she was extremely confident. She knew she was in good form. She's in the home crowd. All these pluses, you know, going into the race, and you could just see that she was just being patient and patient and patient. She was letting the others do some work, kind of find out their position in the race, and then she just sat down, seated drive. She didn't even get out of the saddle. She just seated drive and passed by him on the outside. Really good ride there. Totally patient and just did exactly what she needed to do. It just shows a lot of experience.
Meares then takes the victory ahead of Guo of China, and Christin Muche taking the bronze medal. There. That is a terrific home win. They are happy with that. Meares making her presence felt. Here we go.
Yeah, they were a little bit too eager there. They must have been in front of the bike. I'm very surprised that they didn't blow the gun on that. But
yeah, they were in front of the bike. I've got a feeling that the starter started them early though, because everybody went, didn't they? As they would do. I don't know. But anyway, they got back in line. Look at this. Meares comes over the top. Guo was really boxed in at this point. There's nowhere to go. She's stuck behind Muche. If Muche can't go any faster, what can we do here? She's got McCulloch on the outside.
Yeah, it's always nice being on the inside. You're travelling the shortest distance, but you're leaving yourself, you know, chances that you're going to get boxed in, which is obviously what you don't want. So, Anna Meares did the perfect ride there, hit at the right time, and basically just run away with that.
Clearly more effort than was required in the last one, but Muche and Guo fighting it out for silver and bronze. And the world champion coming off better out of those two.